What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the How to Survival series, where in today's episode we have just been going at it, decorating the pier for the first little bit, and I think it looks quite good now. It's much better than it did before. Now has a bunch of life added to it, and I believe I've also added some chairs and stuff since the last episode. Can't remember if I did that in the last episode or not. But yeah, we have some boats and some jet skis now, so that looks pretty cool. I did have to remove a few of these pier things because the boats were a little bit too big, but I think it looks fine how it is. And I do actually want to add some decoration behind this boat, kind of like I did with the jet ski back there. But yeah, for the most part, I think it looks really good. Anyway, if you want to build these boats and jet skis for yourself, the links for their build tutorials or wherever they originated from will be in the description down below. And these back two are the ones I got from the Hermitcraft Season 7 world, just for a bit of reference. Anyway, now with that out of the way, I want to show you some stuff I've been working on off camera. First of all is these two rooms. This one, as you can see, is very simple with just an enchantment table, some lapis in here, and this button I can press for a bunch of XP if I ever need to enchant something. So, pretty cool room overall. Then across from it is a little room with pretty much every workstation there is. I think we might have missed a few, or I might have missed a few, but most of them are here. So we got all the different types of furnace here. Then in these walls is the cartography table, so that kind of works nicely. In the floor we also got blast furnaces if we need any more, but that's mainly just decorative. Anyway, then we got the lectern here if we ever need to do something with that. Crafting table, and then a cauldron with some water. That's just mainly for the concrete data pack that allows me to throw some concrete powder in here and gives me just normal concrete back. Anyway, then across from it we got a bunch of anvils, a grindstone. These are the grindstones, and this is the stone cutter rather. So anyway, we got those three, and then in the floor we also got the smithing table. Anyway, then across from there is kind of the banner making area. So we got the looms here to make the banners. Got a couple chests just in case we want to store any. Then we have 16 different colors of shulkers that will eventually store a bunch of dyes and maybe a bit of wool as well, so we can actually craft the banners. And that is not all that I've done. I believe I have made another room, well, apart from this little area here that I was just using to get a bit of snow, there is one more room, and that is over on the north side here, right across from the smelter that we already had. And this is the brewing room, and this is what the main portion of today's episode is going to focus on. So this brewing room uses some redstone systems that basically once we click the button it will generate us some potions, but currently I have no resources in them, and these are where they will go eventually, but we got nothing. And for all of them we're going to need some nether warts, so that is what I'm going to focus on. And then hopefully at the end of this episode we can see how at least one of them works. But anyway, nether warts, I need a lot of them. And in order to get a large amount of nether warts, like most things in this game, we are going to need to make a farm for it. And this is what a nether wart farm looks like. Well, wow, that is a lot of piglins. Anyway, as I was saying, this is what a nether wart farm looks like. It utilizes rails to go alongside some nether warts, and then while you're going along in a minecart, you'll be breaking the nether warts with your fist or a hoe to get the fortune effect, and aiming this way so you only grab the top of it, because once it grows fully then you'll hit the hitbox perfectly. Then of course you have an auto clicker to automatically place it back. Then you'll do that for all of them going along, so you'll eventually get as many as possible. Anyway, once that you have done that, you will go over a detector rail which will put some hopper minecarts in order to collect the items. Then in this farm it ends up in a shulker box loader, but that isn't necessarily what I'm going to do. Depends how many I want, really. Anyway, if you're wondering where I got this farm from, this is on the SciCraft Blitz world. I will leave a link to the download in the description below. Anyway, so now that we know what we're going to build, we have to figure out where we're going to build it, and then of course build it. So I have got all the materials ready here, and it does use quite a lot, so we're going to have to get them into an inventory. Apparently I don't have enough inventory space for it all. I'll just put a couple of them in the ender chest there. But if we just grab everything, then I'm going to show you where I am planning to build this. Alright, so this is where I'm going to build it, over at the Mushroom Island where we did the axolotl breeding a few episodes ago. And the reason I'm going to build it here is because, first of all, there's minimal room at the industrial district to build this unless I wanted to build it up in the sky. But I don't really want to block any sunlight from the industrial district. And if I wanted to build it underneath the platform, I would have to do a bunch of clearing, and I just can't be bothered with that. And two is because over here, there is no mob spawning in the Mushroom Island, or hostile mob spawning. There's of course the mushrooms, but those don't bother me. But yeah, there's no hostile mob spawning, which makes my life a bunch easier. And I'm planning to do a few other farms here that I may not have room for at the industrial district. So, seems like a perfect fit. So now, I've got all the materials, got the location, got the design. Now I just got to get to work. So this is going to take a really long time. So I see no other way to get around this than to just get stuck into it. So, as always, let's roll that time lapse.
They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Gone to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found, and you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down.
Okay, I'm now done with the farm, as you can see. Oh, crap. As you can see, the farm is now completed, and I have just done a quick bit of a test with the Nether Warts I currently have in place. Oh, apparently they weren't replanting properly, so I will have to fix that. But the actual build behind it is done, and I just have to get my auto clicker working properly and whatnot. But otherwise, the farm is done. There were a lot more Nether Warts than this in place, but the Nether Warts are in place, the minecarts are in place, and of course, all the rails and the actual builds are in place. So now, all I gotta do is test it, and then we can start collecting Nether Warts. And as I said, I was just doing a bit of testing, and I want to see how many we've got. Might have to jump into spectator mode quickly to take a peek inside of these shulker boxes. But it does look like we collected quite a few, so that is a good sign. And it shows that it is working to a certain extent. I do have to fix the auto clicker situation like I just mentioned. But other than that, the farm is working now. So hopefully we can get it up and running really properly soon with all the Nether Warts in place. But otherwise, I'm done here for now and ready to move on to something else real quick. And that one more thing is actually giving the brewery here a bit of a test run. So I have put all the ingredients in for the swiftness potions because don't exactly have a large amount of the other stuff. But we do have a lot of sugar from either the witch farm or the sugarcane farm. But I've only put in a little bit for now. So this is how you kind of have to lay it out. You have a Nether Wart in here to kind of prime it. Then the ingredients kind of in the way you do it with the Nether Wart on top to because that's already in there to prime it. Anyway, then when we press the button, it should dispense all the items. And then since there's an item sorter in here, not an item sorter, but an item filter rather, it will put out a signal that will put the bottles in and keep it that way until all the rest ingredients have gone, and you'll see how it works. So let me just press the button and then we can take a bit of a look how it works. So if I press this button, it should work and we should see it brewing. So yep, that's a good sign. We got some stuff in there and it is brewing. There we go. And if we look in, here, we can see the redstone is the next to go, and then the Nether Wart, which will again prime it for the next time. So now we got awkward potions, and this should turn it into swiftness. And as you can see, the place powder is still trickling in because I did place quite a bit, and yeah, it kind of ran out there. Anyway, there we go. The sugar is about to be used up, so we should get some swiftness. Then the redstone makes it last longer, and then we should see the Nether Wart go in there, but these potions all get drained and put into the storage chest that we have in the other room. And there we go, it got drained and the Nether Wart is still in there. And as you heard, the bell rung as well, which just indicates once this is all done, like if I'm in this room, I hear the bell ring, the potion's done. Anyway, then we look in here. We have 3 swiftness potions that last 8 seconds each. So if we ever need, we just press the button and we'll get 3 of them, just like that. And that will hopefully be the case for all the other ones. But like I said, I do need to get the ingredients for all of them. But anyway, that is all I had planned for this video. So I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. But until next time, later guys.